Hello everyone and welcome back. Um, so I have something that's kind of uncomfortable for me to talk about because it affects many matches in this tournament. I don't know how many, and there's not a good answer to it. Basically, there's a big glitch that is known to have affected matches in this tournament. Go figure, glitches in the creative assembly game. But uh, I tried figuring out what the problem was. I tested it with Belle tonight, who we did a video on it. She live recorded everything. It's on her channel. Links down there in the description. You should definitely watch it. Maybe help us get to the bottom of it. We kind of came to some conclusions. But basically what the glitch is bringing certain units will cause any unit with 1 chevron of experience to immediately be upgraded to 2 chevrons when the battle starts. As in the deployment phase ends and you click the gong, battle starts. The 2 units, we obviously didn't test every permutation of every unit in the game, but the 2 units we narrowed down that consistently did it was the normal general. Yeah, in the classic battles there's the named general and the normal general. The normal general would cause this to happen. Also, the Naginata monk hero would cause it to happen. No other units seem to cause this to happen. So we pretty much narrowed it down to those 2. Now, sometimes it didn't. I got it to work on my army only once, and it was when I brought just the normal general, a fresh katana hero, and 1 katana samurai of 1 chevron. When the battle started, the katana samurai got upgraded to 2 chevrons. But strangely, in the next battle, I brought a normal general with a 1 chevron katana hero and a 1 chevron katana samurai, and it did it. So it's kind of hit or miss with the normal general. But the Naginata monk hero, it happened every single time. We couldn't get it to not happen when we brought a Naginata monk hero. And when we brought both the normal general and the Naginata monk hero, it happened every time. So that makes it uncomfortable because that potentially affects any match that's happened so far in the tournament. And it has. And I specifically owe one player in particular an apology. That is Gunner Dude, who he was actually disqualified because I thought he was cheating. I looked at every match he played up until the second round when I disqualified him. He was over the Koku limit, sometimes by upwards of 1,600 Koku. And since none of the other players in the replays had that, I figured, obviously nobody really plays classic battles, so we still don't really even know what problems. I mean, this is a pretty big thing, but apparently nobody's ever noticed it because I posted about it, I made topics about it, I searched forums for it, nobody's ever reported a glitch like this. So I thought, well, on the one hand, there's not a documented glitch, so maybe he's cheating. But on the other hand, it's not, I don't like to call somebody a cheater if there's not a well-documented glitch that I can see happening and it's obvious. So I ended up disqualifying but not making a big deal about it and not calling him out on it. So I do owe him an apology because he was not cheating, apparently. He satisfied the same conditions that caused me and Belle to get the extra chevrons. So I had to think about what I want to do that because it's obviously not fair to him to be disqualified like that. That was the match between him and Huma. They played 2 games of a series, which was I don't know if I'm going to make him replay it or what I'm going to do. So I have to think about that. Every other match, though, I'm not going to go back and look through every match and see who got affected and who didn't. Up to this point, we're just going to accept every match that happened so far. The only one I'm going to look at is the one of Huma and Gunner Dude and decide what I'm going to do there and talk with Belle, who would be the one fighting those 2, depending on who won that series. So whatever happened before the tournament. Going forward, I guess I'm going to have to ban the normal general and the monk hero because that's not a fair glitch. Unless, I guess if you use them and you notify that you're using it and you tell your opponent you're using those units and you go under the limit going into the battle and then you jump over it. Well, no, you would still be under the limit after the experience is applied. Then it's okay. So if you're going to use the normal general or the monk hero, you have to take that Koku limit into effect and plan out your army beforehand and see how much extra it'll cost you when you get those extra chevrons, because it's not fair if you're over the Koku limit. But as we're this far in the tournament, I'm not starting from scratch and restarting the tournament. So, I mean, there's no perfect answer. This is the best thing I can do. I'm really sorry if this did end up affecting your match, but that's the best we can do. So, going forward, take that into account if you're building an army. If you don't using the monk hero or the buff general or the normal general, then you're fine. The normal general or the buff general, excuse me, is apparently fine. We can never make it happen. Well, actually, we did when we brought the Naginata monk hero. It did it, but without that monk hero causing it, the buff general was fine. So either bring the buff general and don't bring the Naginata monk hero, or take that into account going forward. I'm not counting that for the matches that have already been played but not broadcasted yet. I really apologize that I was in San Antonio last week and I was really sick over the weekend, as I'm sure you know if you watched the most recent match I put up, and I still am kind of sick, but I'm feeling pretty well tonight. I should get a match up tonight going into round 5, so we are moving forward in the tournament. And the round 3, none of the round 3s ended up playing before Monday, so I either chose a victor based on who has been better at contacting me, or I flipped a coin. And unfortunately, for it was one of the winners round matches where I just had to flip a coin. But they did contact me today and say, we can do our match. So I don't know if he gives it to me in the next day or two, then I'll allow it. But if that doesn't happen, then the result on the bracket, which is updated, will stand. So it's really unfortunate this had happened. But nobody really plays classic battles, to be honest, and we still don't really know the full extent of what glitches might be present. So, full video is up of our entire session on Belle's channel. Go check that out. Maybe help us find out, what exactly the problem is, what exactly the conditions are. She recorded everything: the pre-setups, the battles, everything. It's close to an hour, I think, of footage. So, go ahead and check that out. Post your comments and opinions. I'm sorry, it's not a perfect answer, but that's the best we can do. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I've had a great time with the tournament so far. Hopefully, this sort of thing doesn't, mar it too much. But and all the players may have been affected by this. I really appreciate your cooperation because it's a shitty situation. But what can we do? We've been dealing with shitty situations since March 15th. Come on, we can handle this. All right, thanks for watching, everybody.